Well, hello friends. What I have here is the ingredients I'm going to use to make some tofu. You can see I've got the tofu press, and then I've got this nagari or magnesium chloride, which is also known as actually Epsom salt is the other. Magnesium chloride is also Epsom salt. And then this is just natural sea salt, which I'm going to use to salt my tofu because I'm going to try and make it seasoned. Well, let's just say more seasoned because I feel that tofu is too bland for me. I'm going to make some that taste like egg. I'm going to make some that taste like, what else could we make? Cheese. I'm going to try and make one that's cheesy. And I'm going to make one that tastes like beef, okay? Or chicken, or both. So I didn't make a whole lot of beans, but I did. So let me show you what you do. You get the soybeans, and they look tiny, like tiny little um, balls, little pebbles about the size of a pearl. And you're going to take these and put about a cup in some container or more, however many cups you want to make. But I'm just saying 1 cup for me. And then you put them in, and for example, I put these in overnight and they're soaked up and they've gotten big. But you just have to soak them from 4 to 8 hours or overnight or whenever. And then this, I've started another batch. So I just put that in right now. So I'm going to take these out of the way. And this nagari, this is nagari. This is what is used to activate the curdling of the milk, of the soy milk, which you make. And it's called nagari. I hope that's not, okay, it's not backwards, good. So anyway, that's the other name for that is Epsom salt. It's the same chemical ingredient. So I've heard people try to make it with Epsom salt, but I just went ahead and bought the nagari. Now this is some Rejuvelac, which I made. I'm going to try it on some of it to give it the cheesy flavor. All right, and then so this one has been soaking, and this is a tofu strainer box, which I bought on Amazon. And it has a little spring on it. And you put the straining box, then you put the other box. Then you're going to press it into this little locking mechanism. And that will hold continuous tension. And if you want it to be even more firm, you can put something on there that's heavy and press it even further. Like, I don't know, there's several things you would use. But anyway, you would weight it down if you want it to be even firmer or leave it longer. Okay, so this is going to be what we're going to do with that. And then also you have some cheesecloth. And then I have some different size bags to strain the tofu milk and cheese. So you can use potato sack cloth, cheesecloth, these straining bags, which I like better because it feels like I'm less risk for spilling. All right, so I'm taking these things out of here. And next, I'm going to pour the, I'm going to pour these beans into this water. And I am going to try and get the what do you call them, the little skins to come off. And so you just kind of squeeze it between your fingers to loosen up the skins. And I've heard say on some of their YouTube videos that takes away the beanie flavor if you take away the skins. So that's what I would like to do. I would like to have no beanie flavor. And so, see, then the beans, that the skin will float on the top, and you just get rid of it. Okay, and there's some more of those. So I'm just going to squeeze them a little bit, get those out. Another thing you could do is just rinse it, but I wanted to do it over here and not on the sink so I wouldn't have to move the camera. Just makes it easier. So I can feel the skins coming loose. And so the skins kind of float on top while the beans go to the bottom. And then I guess I could use like a skimmer. Let me see if I have, here. We'll skim it with this. See if it helps. No, that's too hard. Okay, let's see. So I guess I could do it this way. That doesn't seem like it's helping. But you can see the beans are right there. So I'm going to take this bean out. Okay. Pour that one back. Throw these out. So I'm just going to take out the beans. Goodness, it's not an easy job, that's for sure. So this is the hardest part, is getting the skins off. Some people don't even bother with that, but I would like it not to be so beany, so I'm going to do it this way. Wow, there's a lot in there. So let's see if that helps. That didn't seem to help very much. Let me squish it some more. I'm trying to see if there's a better way to do it, but it looks like it's just going to be a matter of getting these to come off. So the Rejuvenac that I made from, I think it was quinoa or something like that. It doesn't really matter, I guess, which seeds you choose, but you just got to sprout some seeds over a few days. I think it took me like a week to sprout them. and then those um, then I refrigerated it. There's still a lot of skins here. Let's see. That doesn't seem like it did anything. Okay. So here you can see I've removed the hulls, or I've hulled the beans. And I got as much as I could out, shook it around. I didn't see any more, but there could be a few in there, no big deal. And so this is the part, the skin, which I will be discarding into compost or something like that. And now this is going to be the beans, the rehydrated beans you're gonna be using 1 part beans to 6 to 8 parts water to make your milk. So that's what I'm gonna do. First let's measure how much beans that is. Okay, I'm gonna use this measuring cup. And I'm gonna strain first. So now I'm going to pour the beans in there. So while these are soaked, I'm soaking some more beans so I can make some different types of tofu. All right, so let's see. So it looks like it's 2 cups. 2 cups of beans, and this was after I hulled it, and this was originally 1 cup of soybeans that looked like this, little round ones, and then they hydrate, they look like that. Okay, so now I'm going to pour these into here, and I'm going to fill with 8 cups of water, because it's so I'm sorry, no. It could be anywhere from 4 to 8 times the water. I'm going to go ahead and go, let's see, 6 to 8 parts of water, right? So I could fill this up 4 times because each one of these is 4 cups. And I have some water that's been, what do you call it, filtered. So here's 1. Wow, I'm only going to be able to put 2 in there. 2, huh? So that's 2. Wow, that's not very much. But That's all that will fit in there. Unless I do half of them, which would be 1 cup at a time. I could do that. Let's do that. Let's see. Wow, I'm making a mess. Okay, so this looks to be about 1 cup. So, well, what I could do is a 1-to-3 ratio per container. All right, let me do that. Right, so that's 1 cup. So I would fill it up twice with these. I'm trying to get the filtered water. There, I'll pour some. Okay, so this, let's see how much fits in there. Okay, so I think that's more than enough. And that's going to be the milk. So we are going to blend this. Let me dry all this mess here. And do it a little bit more. No. So you just squeeze out the water. And I'm going to ladle a little bit into the blender to rinse it out. Because there's more in there. And that seems kind of runny to me. I probably should just pour the other beans in there. I had surgery, so I'm having a real time of lifting my arm. Okay. I think I'm just going to make it twice as thick. Thinking I'm going to pour this back in there. And I'm going to put the other beans in there as well. Where are they? Oh, here. To make it thicker. And actually, I want to pour this milk back in there and run it one more time. And I'll strain it again. looks better. Looks more milky. So maybe it's supposed to be 1 dry cup to 8 parts, because when I did it with the wet part, it didn't seem like it was going to be enough. Okay. Now this is going to be boiled. Oh, hey boy. All right. So this through oh, I want to pour the rest through here. See if it'll work.
Are you? I bet you're hoping I'm going to give you some of my fries, aren't you? Aren't you? That's what you're trying to do. Here you go. There you go. Now get out. Take them outside. And then
I'm trying to do a video here. Okay. So I'm going to heat up this, boil this milk. Okay, it's going to go into this pot. Okay, so I'm going to bring this to a boil. And what you want to do is you want to bring it to a boil, but right away after you bring it to a boil, you want to reduce it. So I'm going to take this part off. I think I'm going to use, well, I could use a whisk. Yeah, let's use a whisk.
you say from scratch, does that mean?
From the bean.
Wow. That's pretty scratchy, all right.
So while this is warming up, we are going to take the nigari and we're going to put 3 teaspoons of nigari, or 1 tablespoon, same thing, right? 1 tablespoon nigari, which is this stuff right here. You're going to put that into about 1 cup of warm water. So right there. Well, you know what? I'm going to put a little bit more because it's very flaky. It feels like it just like spread out a lot. Okay. And I'm going to add warm water. Where's my little stir? I don't know what I did with it. The red one is what I'm looking for. Oh, here it is. All right. So I'm going to use this stir to dissolve the nigari in there.
Okay, get
Yeah.
this thing
What then?
and wash my hands.
How about in the bathroom? boil. So first you have to bring it to a boil and let it sit. So this is supposed to be 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm sorry, Celsius. Got distracted. When it does that, I'm gonna mess the thing up. All over the pot, which you better get right away because it will stick. Okay, so I didn't feel like it congealed enough with the nigari method, so I am going to use the Nigerian style now, which is to add lemon when it's boiling. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm waiting for it to get hot enough to boil. And what is that? Okay. So I'm waiting for this to get hot enough to boil, and I put a little bit of oil in there to prevent the excessive foaming, like a teaspoon of oil. So when it starts to look like it's boiling or frothing, I'm going to start adding the lemon. And it looks like it's starting, so I'm going to lower the heat a little bit. Looks like it's starting to congeal now. Maybe I didn't cook it long enough before, because it looks like it's congealing now. I'm not sure it's high enough. I'm gonna raise the heat. There we go. Okay. That's what it should look like. I'll lower it a little bit. And now I'm going to add some of the lemon water in there. So it's 50-50. 50% lemon to 50% water, half and half. Yep, this congealed a lot better. I'm going to put a little more. So you can see it's curdled and separated.
Missing child. Great. Forget about getting any work done. We will drive us around. We'll nitpick everything fine and see some more.
I'm going to put just a little more lemon. And mix it. Now this I'm going to pour in here. I'm going to strain the tofu into there. Okay, we're going to move this over this way. And this is my mold. This is a round mold. So I'm just going to put this on top of there. Let's see, I was going to set it in here, I believe. Okay, and then I'm going to put, oops, I'm going to put this on there with a weight. Let's see what weight. Okay, I have some more beans soaking with water. I'm going to use that as my weight. And that is going to be the what's going to cause pressure on there. And this, some people drink it, but I'm not sure what I will do. Let me taste it. Seems okay. But I'm not going to save it. All right. So I guess I can leave it on there for like 10 minutes or 20, give or take. So you let this simmer for about 7 minutes at low heat. So this has been sitting here for a while. and I squeezed out this water, or this I don't know what you call it, the fluid. So this is the cheese. Oh, there had more in there. So anyway, this one is a round one that I got. I also got a square one, so you can do either one. This one's kind of nice for, I like it to look like a real Mexican cheese. And this one is to make the square tofu. What's nice about it is you put the tofu in there, you know, in the cheesecloth, then you put this on top and you weight it. This gives it a little pressure, continuous pressure. And then you press this down and oops, press it down and click it once you have the tofu in there, and it'll just continuously press it down. Plus you can put a weight in it like this, and that will continue to pull out the fluid. This is the fluid I got out of this in here, and I poured it in here, and you can press it. So the longer it stays, it's been in there quite a while, like maybe an hour. I wanted it to be kind of dry and hard. And that's about all I'm going to get, I think, from it. So I'm going to open this up. Oh, and then after you open it up, you want to put it in water. So let me rinse the container I'm going to put it in. And they say putting it in the water, I'm using filtered water to put it in. Okay, so I'm going to exchange these. And I've got my next batch already wet down to do the next batch. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And it's still warm. I'm going to turn this upside down so I could show it. There it is. So let me taste it. Let's see what it tastes like. I added extra salt, and it tastes to me like Mexican cheese, like Queso Ranchero. And that's the effect I was going for, because for me the regular tofu is too bland. Mexicans, we like a lot of flavor. Wow, this is good. I like it. Now, I made another batch and it just was too runny, but I added some of the uh, glutamate stuff in it, and that stuff, or alginate, I'm sorry, the calcium alginate will make it not congeal, but just be kind of runny. So that other one didn't work out. And the one that I flavored like chicken, I went ahead and made it into a broth because it did not congeal. Now I want to show you this other one. This is the other one that I made to taste like egg. Oh, let me open it. It's hard to open. And it has a very interesting texture. And I thought it looks kind of like the cheese you would put on nachos. So, and it tastes like it too. So what I'm probably going to do is add jalapeno juice to this. Let's go ahead and do that. So I have some jalapenos here that I opened a can up. And I'm going to put it in here, and that will give it a authentic nacho cheese. So this is what happened when I added the alginate. Instead of gelling, instead of congealing, it became like a jelly. And I thought, wow, pretty cool. Now I've figured out a way to make this nacho cheese. So I just added some of that yellow food coloring, if you'll recall. And the one that did not work was the one that was, this was the one that I was going to make into egg. And this one I made out of the moonflower afterwards. And I added the alginate, and it did this. So let's taste it now. Oh my God, it's perfect. Perfect for it tastes just like nacho cheese with jalapeno flavor. So it will be perfect for making nachos. And so that's what happened. And when I say alginate, let me show you. No, not alginate. Not alginate. So let me show you these again. I was confusing these two. The methyl cellulose HB versus the sodium alginate. This is what I put in, which is what you put in to make the meat substitute. And this is the one you use for spherification for making the eggs, which I will be showing a video for. All right, well, so there you have it. We have our tofu, and it if I leave it in there longer, it'll firm up further, but I think it's perfect. And I really like the flavor. So I'm going to put it in the cool water because they say that'll harden it a little more and take away the little lemony flavor it has. And then you store it in water. Okay, that's it. We're done.